OK. Pad command in Part Design Environment. First you must complete your sketch creation and then change your 2D sketch into the 3D solid bodies. Do this with Sketch Base Features toolbar commands. Find it in Insert menu and see its commands list. We modeled this 3D body before and now we want to create a sketch on this flat face of this 3D body. You can draw your sketch elements on work planes, or do it on the planar face of other 3D objects and surfaces. To do it, click on this face and then click Sketch icon to enter to the sketch environment. Rotate the model to see better. Rotate it on graphic window and draw a simple circle on origin and make constraint to it. Note to the sketch elements must be in blue color or its constraints must be full and completed. Before to start the pad command, note that your sketch profile must be closed and trimmed complete. Now find and run the pad command in pull-down menu, Insert and Sketch Base Feature Commands list. Or find it toolbars in graphic window and run the command, click on pad icon and do it. Now you can see the pad definition dialog box. To start, you must select your desired sketch here in this list, or make a new sketch by clicking on this icon. We drawn the sketch before and select it here. Now in first limit, default type is dimension. In length, you can write your desired pad value and then your selected sketch is extruded the same value. Test it by write many different values more and more. And each time click on preview icon to see it in graphic window. Try to do it and complete the job. Test many different values and check it out on graphic window and then finish it. OK, it's so good. Also click more icon and in second limit, again test the dimension type and change it from 0. Again try to do it and test many different values on second limit, test it more and finish the job. Then rotate the model and change view orientation to the best position. As you see, the extruded shape is moved straightly perpendicular to the sketch plane. Now in direction. Normal to profile checkbox is active by default. Deactivate it and then in reference. You can select a edge or a planar face or work plane. For example, select this angle edge, and you can see the pad direction. As you see, the new direction of extrusion is parallel to the selected edge. Click preview and see it. Check it out and test it more and again back to normal to profile type. Active its checkbox. OK, it's so good. Now change back the second limit to dimension and its length is 0. OK, complete the changing. Good. Now change the first limit to up to next, and preview, and see its operation in the graphic window. OK. Now see the shape of new extrusion method. It's so good, and then change it to the up to last. It's so good. Now you can see the end of extrusion. It's here. Do it and check it out in graphic window. OK, so good. Again, change the first limit to up to plane. You can select a planar face, or select a working plane. Test this option on many different planes. Try to do it and complete the job. Test it more and more. Good. And each time select preview icon and see its operation of this extrusion method. Do it and finish the job. And now change the first limit to up to surface. You can select planar face or surfaces with any shapes. Again, test this option one time on a planar face, and then test it on curvy surfaces. Okay, it's so good. Try to do it and complete the job. Do it and complete the test and check it out on different limits. Okay. Also, you can use the offset value. Check it out again and test other many different offset values. So good. Do it and see the operation of offset value on the extrusion shape. Okay, it's so good. Again, change the limit to dimension and write optionally value to it. Now active the mirrored extent. Click and active its checkbox. Now change its value and then see the second limit values. Okay, it's so good. Test the mirrored extent option more and more and see its operation on graphic window. Okay, it's so good. Also, you can use the reverse direction icon and test the first limit on other side. Test it. Let's start. Okay. Okay, in the following, again click on top flat face of this body and enter to sketch environment and then draw a simple 3-point arc and, no need to make any dimension constraint or geometrical constraint. Try to do it and complete the job and finish the arc creation. Do it and make the open curve. So good. Now we want to pad open simple arc sketch. Find and run the pad command. Okay, it's so good. And in pad definition dialog box, first active the thick checkbox, and then see it in graphic window. Now see the operation of this extrusion method. In thin pad, you can define the thickness 1 and 2. Test it and write your desired value in this 2 boxes and check it out in graphic window. Okay, it's so good. Test it more and more and finish the process and now active the neutral fiber checkbox. Okay, good. And now only you can change the thickness 1, and see the sketch position in this result. So good. Also test the merge ends checkbox, and see the operation of this extrusion method. Okay, it's so good. Test it more and more and try to do it and complete the job, and also other parameters is repetitious. Good. Now in the following we drawn a simple rectangle in XY plane. Find and run the drafted filleted pad in toolbar and run it. If necessary, select the sketch to complete the job. Now in drafted filleted pad definition dialog box, define the second limit by click on this plane here. OK. Now in length you can define the extrusion value. In draft, active the angle and define its value. OK. And then in fillet change all of them to 1 mm, and then you can click on preview icon. OK. Change the length, neutral fiber, and so click on reverse direction icon and test the command operations. Test it more and more, so easy to use. Test it yourself. Good. Now we want to explain the multi-pad command. We have a sketch included for different closed profiles. Find and run the multi-pad command and select sketch to appear the multi-pad definition dialog box. As you see, in domain, for closed profiles is detected automatically. And you can define different thickness values for each one. Try to do it and complete the job. Test it yourself, it's so easy to use with this command. Complete it and finish the command, so good. In the following we want to explain the pocket command. Again we have a closed sketch that drawn before. A simple circle. Find and run the pocket command in toolbar and in pocket definition dialog box. First select the sketch in profile, then see the dialog box completely. Exactly similar to pad dialog box. And now test the different parameters and check it out in graphic window. OK, it's so good. Check the many different situations and each time select preview icon and check it out in graphic window. It's exactly similar to pad command and no need to be explained more. Test it yourself more and more. And see its operations and complete the job, so good. Also in toolbar, here, drafted filleted pocket and multi-pocket. This commands is exactly similar to the pad commands series and no need to explain more. Test them yourself and check it out. OK, it's so good.